Happy Tuesday, right? Today is Tuesday. I get days mixed up, man. I can't tell if I'm getting old. I am getting old, man. I'm getting old. Your boy's getting old. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting losing track of what day it is. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'm just working and grinding and pushing. I just lose track of everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, is it Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday or Friday? I don't know sometimes, man. What's up? What's up, Hicks? What's going on with you, my dog, man? Hopefully you're having a good one, blessed one. I'm gonna come in here and vibe with y'all a little bit. What's up, Jeff? What's going on with you, dog? Hopefully everyone's having a good one, man. Keeping spirits high, positivity. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. What's up, Splendor? What's going on with you, dog? I'm feeling good. I'm in a good spot right now, good headspace. I've been reading a lot, y'all. I've been reading a lot. What's up, Ro, my dog? What's up, Trent? I'm in a good headspace. I've been reading a lot, studying a lot, man, taking a lot of time, focus on myself, man. My baby girl, she's coming back from college after her first year of college, so she'll be back this week. So I've been cleaning up her room, so I'm excited about that, man. Like, a lot of people don't understand, man. Like, we're all parents, but your baby girl is special. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my baby girl right here. You know what I'm saying? When she was just a little baby, and what I'm saying, loving, what I'm saying, dad and hugging on dad, and then I don't know, y'all, you like mess around and blink, and then what I'm saying, you mess around and blink, and all of a sudden, what I'm saying, you got grown ass, daughter, man, but she's doing some big things in her life. I'm extremely proud of her. Smart as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is which is crazy because I got two boys, man. Salute to my boys. But if there's anyone who is like me, it's my daughter, man. She's born 3 days after me. So she's big Capricorn spirit. She's really J Tuck Jr. Like, she's the one that people need to look out for. So when y'all see that feisty side of me comes out, that's 1,000% my daughter, man. And what's funny, yo, so I was cleaning her room up, just cleaning some stuff, do some spring cleaning. And this is for my old heads, you know what I'm saying? All my old heads, y'all know what this is, man. If you're an old head like me, you had one of these, you know what I'm saying? You had a CD case with all your CDs, you know what I'm saying? I got my T.I. trap music CDs still in here. You know what I'm saying? I got my Notorious B.I.G., Bone Thugs and Harmony CDs still in here. What else I got, dog? Let's see, God, in here. Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, like Father Like Son, UGK, P. Diddy in the Family, Lil Wayne, 500 Degrees, 8 Ball MJG, Joe Budden. So I found my old CD, Nelly, the very first Nelly joint, Locks, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Eminem, the very first Eminem joint that came out, you know what I'm saying? So I found this old ass CD case. And I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Now, some of these still work, you know what I'm saying? Some of these still work. It's hard to find a CD player. What else have I got in here? Bam, classics. And I don't think these are worth anything. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, College Dropout. But funny thing, right? Because it's hard to find a DVD player or a CD player anymore. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are some classics. Wu-Tang. So I got some classics in my CD case, right? But the funny thing was, I think I found the only still working copy. Now, some people in college might still have this. I have my very first CD I ever made when I was 19 years old, and it still works. You know what I'm saying? It still works. My very first CD I ever made, I ever recorded back when I was young, J Tuck, 19 years old. Now it sounds like my laptop's about to take off, but I'm gonna play about my first banger back when J Tuck was 19. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, actually, I'm gonna play this part. This is actually kind of funny if y'all can hear it. Let's see if I can turn it up. All right, let's see if I can hear it. So this was like an interlude, right? See if y'all can hear this. So this is my college girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, "You're not spending no time with me." You know what I'm saying? You're not even talking to me in public anymore. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of stuff, right? And I'm just like, all right. So I put that on the CD. I put her voicemail on the damn CD, right? She was pissed, whatever. But then here's my very first record right here. Salute to my dude, Big New, man. He was on the football team. He had an MPC machine. See if I still remember it. All the girls show me love when I step off in the club. Drunk in the mug, so I never give up. Crease down jeans, all eyes on tug. Do what I feel is my life, so what? All the girls show me love when I step off in the club. Drunk in the mug, so I never give up. Crease down. This song was like big. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm the flashy type. Chicks know I'm a star. I wonder what that be like. Yeah. No Chris, just natty light. And I'ma walk about this bitch with an Ashley. Right, right. You dealing with your boy Jay Tucker, who told you to get low and made you stutter. Got plenty hits, cause I do it like no other. Make a chick's panty slide like her hips got butter. Cause you a bad motherfucker, yeah. Guess who's in the club with that same old two-step? Look, and I'm just trying to get your boots wet, break a little cool sweat, and get into some group sex. Yeah, not gonna make it hot. Ooh, girls, show me what you got. If you drunk in this bitch, then pull another shot. It's another tuck hit, and y'all know I keep it hot. Hey. Now, I used to play that song in the club, and DJs used to play that song in the club. It used to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the only left version of it. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the only version that still works. This CD has been scratched up, chewed up, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but it still works. You know what I'm saying? So I got some of my very first CD I ever recorded. That's 19-year-old Tuck. Back when I was rapping about drinking Natty Light and walking into the club with X's on my hands, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of a dope little time machine to hear your boy Jay Tuck, man. So getting to prior days, right? Salute to my Cover 3 brethren. Rome, DMV last night, Fire Show last night. I don't think, y'all, I don't think that was the real Marcus Mosher in the chat last night. Think we got bamboozled. I don't think that was the real Marcus Mosher in the chat last night. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it was a spoof account or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because he's acting completely oblivious on Twitter like he didn't watch the live stream. So maybe that wasn't the real Marcus Mosher in the chat last night. But be that as it may, Mel Kiper for the third time. Shoot to my brother Cody in the building. That's my little bro Cody down there in the, you know what I'm saying? At the bully my little brother. Mel Kiper for the third time has mocked Omarion Hampton to the Dallas Cowboys. And it sounds crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? You got Jay Tuck and Laura Brunson. They're now communicating. We're being cordial in public again. And then you also got Mel Kiper and Jay Tuck having the same draft thought process. You know what I'm saying? It must be a full moon or something that is going on when me and Mel Kiper are agreeing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. Should I go play lottery or something? It's the moon and the stars and the lucky charms and everything is starting the solar system to align. But for Jay Tuck and Mel Kiper to really be aligned when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys pick at 12, something's up, right? Something's up. But I will say this. You know, if it's Mel Kiper mocking him for the third time to the Dallas Cowboys, there has to be a reason. And he has to be hearing something. You know what I'm saying? He has to be hearing something, right? For it to be 3 times. If you think about this, right? Even if you're ESPN, Mel Kiper, headlines, like him or love him. Me personally, I'm just not a fan of his work. I mean, it's very surface level when it comes to Mel, but I respect what he does, right? I don't really follow his content, right? But if you look at it from this standpoint, ESPN, Mel Kiper, the Mecca, and you're trying to get headlines, and you continuously, when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, keep mocking the same name. You know what I'm saying? If I'm an editor, wouldn't I say, hey, Mel, let's mock somebody else at Dallas Cowboys. We got to get these clicks or something, bro. Like, this is a paid paywall. Like, Cowboys fans want to see something new. But Mel is continuously mocking Hampton to the Dallas Cowboys, mock after mock after mock. Some little fishy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should at least toss out a Matthew Golden one to get the subscribers talking, or a T-Mac, or maybe a Genty or something. The Mail is continuously on volume 3, version 3, mocking Omarion Hampton to the Dallas Cowboys. So just like Rowett saying, he might know something. You know what I'm saying? He might know something. Well, I mean, so people will say this. So he nailed Tyler Smith and he nailed Tyler Guyton. Now, I'll say this. When it does come to Mel, the final version, that's when you should poke your ears up a little more, right? The final version of Mel, you know what I'm saying? That's when you should poke, because once you start getting to like the week before the draft, I might got some interesting news when it comes to draft. I'll tell you that here in a minute. So, when it comes to the final version of what Mel Kiper is saying, your ears should poke up a little bit, because he got the Tyler Smith, he got the Tyler Guyton, and what starts to happen as you're a week away from the draft, things start to stabilize. All the huffing, the puffing, the loop-de-loops and all the extra stuff kind of just phases away, and you get back to the real. And so the final mock draft, yeah, you can pay attention to what Mel's saying, you know, but these are, I mean, we still got weeks until we get to the NFL draft, and it's still Hampton, and he's not coming off of that. Now, here's the scary part. If he keeps mocking Hampton to the Cowboys, and someone might be high on Hampton too, it might be a situation where someone either leaps the Cowboys to get Hampton, the Cowboys could use it as trade bait to move back if Hampton is not the guy, or Hampton gets sniped before 12, right? So, Mel, you're being a little loud. You know what I'm saying? You're being a little loud, but I just think it's awfully odd that Mel Kiper just continuously mocks Omarion Hampton to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, is Mel an expert? I don't know. Does he classify in the expert box? I don't know experts, right? But I will say, I just find it extremely odd. Now, getting to the NFL draft, got an interesting email today. Wasn't expecting it, because I told you guys I wasn't really planning on going to the draft in Green Bay. Well, the NFL PR guy, he reached out to me and was like, hey, just curious, are you going to be at the draft this year? And I was just like, I hope so. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't really planning on, because I got to be out of town that Monday. But he was like, okay, I'm just kind of curious, because, you know, we would probably like to have you here at the draft. I'm just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. So I sent them a response email, and I don't know, maybe they are wanting me now at the NFL draft. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't planning on going, because it's kind of hard to get to Green Bay, and you know what I'm saying? So if I go, I'll probably just go like day 1 or day 2, depending on how things shaped out. But I think it's awfully odd that the NFL reached out to me and asked me, you know, what was my plans for the draft, and do I still plan on coming? So shouts out to the NFL, man. So your boy is maybe moving up a little bit, moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. So it's like, yeah, so I might be at the NFL draft. You know, trying to get a hotel or Airbnb down there is crazy right now, but y'all know we'll make it work. We'll pull some strings, but you know, I wasn't really planning on going to it, but you know, if the situation presents itself, because the one thing I will say, out of all the drafts I covered, I've never gotten the opportunity to interview the Dallas Cowboys draft pick once he's been drafted, because all the ones has been like 25 and 28 and 20 this and 21. So like our draft picks, like Tyler Smith wasn't there in Vegas. Mozzie wasn't there in Kansas City. What's the other drafts I cover? I didn't forgot now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they're never there. So at 12, it could be an opportunity that our actual draftee is actual there. You don't want cheese and natty stuff. I'm kind of cool on it. I mean, it'd be cool to visit Green Bay. Let's see what the weather is, man. Is it cold? Like I need drafts in South Beach. I need drafts in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's more of my type of weather. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's 33 degrees right now in Green Bay. It's 33 degrees. High of 41, high of 40, high of 43. That's not tuckish. You know what I'm saying? That's not my vibes, y'all. Let's see here. Yeah, 57, 53. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But like I said, I just took it as a sign of respect that we're moving the right direction, that they reached out to me and sent me the email today about am I going to the NFL draft and what was my plans for it and this and that. I'm just like, all right, cool. So NFL comp that draft if they want you there. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. They could comp it now. There is opportunities, y'all, to be honest with you, that I have to work with certain like draft publishers, but I don't know if I want to take that on. Like it sounds fun, to maybe work for like Draft Buzz or the Draft Network or PFF or something like that and be like a writer on their staff. But it's like I am like Deadpool, y'all. I like just doing my own thing. Now, granted, Deadpool did want to be a part of the X-Men, you know what I'm saying, eventually. But for me, I kind of just like doing my own thing. I don't have the pressure of having to write up and, I can really just kind of focus and do what works for me. You see what I'm saying? So to my dog DMV, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It might be a situation in the future where you guys can see me collabing with some of these draft websites, possibly. Or it might be a situation where I just lock in one weekend and just build my own. So I think it's a possibility, but will they comp it? Probably not. I'll tell you guys like this. The NFL doesn't take care of you like boxing does. Like, bro, boxing rolls out the red carpet for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly should really cover boxing a little bit more intense. But boxing treats a man, knows how to make a man feel good. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to boxing, bro, soon as they hit me up for boxing, it's like, yo, can you make the Benavidez fight? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, boom, send over your information. My flight is booked. My hotel is booked. I got comments for food. You know what I'm saying? I got credentials. They're telling me the fighters are going to bring by for the interviews. Like, I don't have to go hunt interviews. They bring the fighters over to our table. Even when I'm at the fight, they give us food. They feed us. They give us comps for, like, the concession areas, like the food court areas at... So I'm like, bro, boxing knows how to make a guy feel good. NFL, not so much. You know what I'm saying? NFL, you better get it how you live, bro. You better get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, I've been trying to tell you cover 3 could kill it. Cover 3 boxing. I know that we could kill it in boxing, bro, but it's just, I don't have the bandwidth, bro. I know. I would like to cover boxing. I feel like I could really crush the boxing lane. We could really crush the boxing lane, but I don't have the bandwidth to be Dallas Cowboys, even though Dallas Cowboys stuff is autopilot, right? And then to cover the draft that I want to, and then also cover boxing the way that I would want to cover it. I just don't have the bandwidth. Like even last night, y'all, salute to the University of Florida. I was fading in and out of that game. You know what I'm saying? It was a good ass game, but I'm just like, when you do it how I do it or some of us do it, like you really don't watch sports for leisure anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like any other time I get some free time, it's like I want to watch a movie with my family or, do something else or, I'm watching YouTubes or reading books. You see what I'm saying? So, tell the NFL, can you make me feel good? Exactly, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would love for them to say, yo, Tuck, we want you out here to cover the draft. Send us your information. The flights, taken care of. Hotel is good. Food is good. Then, all right, y'all, I'll be in Green Bay. I'll be in Green Bay from Wednesday to Sunday, right? But it's not that way with the NFL yet. Maybe one day, maybe one day, but more than likely for those people, it's the people who are a part of a syndicate. So it'd be like if I was on ESPN, like ESPN would probably do that, but not the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So the NFL slow to content creators. Period. Box has been on the way. Yep, 1,000%. And I think a lot of people don't see the value in us content creators, man. They're seeing it's kind of slow. Like even the Cowboys are kind of brain dead when it comes to content creators. You know what I'm saying? And what Jerry hasn't realized, you could probably weaponize a lot of content creators if you put them in your back pocket. I know some content creators right now that would shake their ass for Jerry all for a photo op. They would. Hands on your knees, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. Everybody clap your hands. For a photo op with Jerry, you can get you a few of those, bro, and put them in your back pocket and have them just selling the fan base. Selling the fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was Jerry, I would know Jerry Jones could buy a few Cowboys content creators just by letting them cover the camp and putting the credential around their neck. And then they would go do all the work for you. You see what I'm saying? If he said, hey, I need you guys to talk about this trade, Micah, bro, there'd be some content creators, everybody, they would make it clap. They would make it clap, bro. So I don't understand why Jerry hasn't weaponized that. I would. You know what I'm saying? I would utilize some of these Cowboys content creators, bro, because they would risk it all for Jerry. They would twerk for Jerry hard, bro. You see what I'm saying? So, I feel like the NFL space just hasn't figured it out yet. They haven't figured it out yet that, you can use content creators. Now, there are going to be some people who you might not want to try that with. But there's more than enough that you could probably get away with. You see what I'm saying? And they would be just so, thank you, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. You will weaponize that shit, bro. I would have about 4 or 5 content creators under my thumb. And as soon as I tell them to press the button, they would press the button on y'all. And y'all wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ernie, my dog, bro. Doug, and I like Ernie. Here's the thing, right? I know a lot of people don't like Ernie on Twitter, but I like Ernie. I talk to Ernie all the time. And the reason why I don't mind Ernie is because Ernie has never put himself out there to say he's a content creator. He is just a Cowboys fan just doing random shit on the timeline. You see what I'm saying? So I personally don't mind Ernie. I know a lot of Cowboys fans like, I hate Ernie. I can't stand him. Ernie has said to numerous times, listen, Tuck, I am not a content creator. I'm not an analyst. I would never even fathom fixing my lips to say I do what you do. I'm just a Cowboys fan having fun. I have no problems with Ernie. I have no problems with Ernie because he's just a Cowboys fan just doing shit on the timeline. You know what I'm saying? He's just blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But he gets momentum with it. But I don't pay Ernie no attention. I don't pay him no attention. Now, if Ernie was to step in our space and he's saying he's a content creator or he is this and that, then we would have to pump the brakes on Ernie a little bit. But he's just out there playing. You know what I'm saying? Playing on Twitter. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I tell fans, play all the time. You know what I'm saying? Dude, if you are sitting back following Ernie and you're taking his news serious, that's on you, bro. Like that's on you. If you believe that, they said Jalen Tolbert this and Jalen Tolbert that, and you bought that, that is on you. That is not on Ernie. You see what I'm saying? The big flag, I follow Ernie. I mess with Ernie. I've talked to Ernie, like I was rocking with Ernie before he even started the whole thing. And because he asked me, he's like, listen, I don't want to, he said, yo, Tuck, I don't want to disrespect what y'all do. What's your thought? I'm like, bro, just go play. Everybody else is just playing on Twitter. Just go play. You know what I'm saying? I told him, like, yeah, just go play, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thing with Ernie. Um, how do you think we were really how Tuck, do you think they were really going running back in the first round? If I had to gauge it and put my money on it, I would probably say no. I would probably say no. Um, because one, they just brought in two guys. Three, they have Deuce, right? Um, so I feel like I don't think the Cowboys they're gonna play dumb in the public, right? But I think they understand we need some wide receiver help. They get it. They get it. Yeah, at DMV, it depends on the guy. If it's Genty falls, Genty's grab, right? I think the Hampton thing would be a conversation. And it's who's gonna win that conversation. That's where I kind of, if Jerry is on high on Hampton and he loves him, then I think that he would be the pick. It can't be a shot he loves Hampton, but Jerry and Will think otherwise. Hampton won't win. You know what I'm saying? Hampton won't win. Um, so yeah. Since now Micah follows Ernie, he's so proud. See, and see what happened was, and it's with anything, right? Think about there are people who give their every ounce of energy to this, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys straight like this, right? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Y'all know we always keep it a buck in our lives. We talk as family, right? There are a lot of people who fight for Twitter supremacy or YouTube supremacy, uh, or Facebook supremacy or Instagram. And I'm letting you guys know it means absolutely nothing. Like it means absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean anything that so and so has 70,000 and you only have 20,000, right? Look at me. Prime example. I only have 18,000. We're probably about to clip 19,000 soon subs on YouTube. If you look at it from a number standpoint, I'm probably one of the smaller people. You see what I'm saying? I'm one of the smaller people, but my name and my influence is that of damn near journalists. You see what I'm saying? So don't let the numbers skew impact, right? And so what happened is if you were doing this for so long and you were writing for the Dallas Cowboys so-and-so blog and you can't get any traction, and then you look up and see Ernie, who is a Cowboys fan, just playing around, get followed by Micah Parsons, that shit hurts. It hurts. It hurts. You know? It hurts. You think they like seeing my ass at the Super Bowl front row? That hurts. There are people who are given their all by writing for free and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And they felt that they were writing for this publication or on this radio show. It gave them this supremacy. And all of a sudden, you're watching the NFL Network and it's Jay Tuck interviewing Jalen Hurts. What the hell is going on? What's going on? How did he get here? You know? But the way that I got there was working on my skill set, being a man of respect, that I've always handled things the right way. No, and I'm working on that because I feel like right now it's kind of like Micah, right? It's kind of like Micah Parsons. D-Law is gone, right? Some of the older leaders, the Zach Martins and this and that are kind of out the building. The Tyron Smith's out the building. Now it's up to me to kind of lead. Now it's up to DMV to lead. Now it's up to Rome to lead. Now it's up to Boss to lead. Now it's up to JC to lead. Now it's up to Ang. It's on us to lead this thing right now. You see what I'm saying? It's on us to kind of lead this community, right? So I'm learning to be a better leader. I can't be Raphael all the time. Though y'all know me, I'm ready to grab my swords and go cut a few people. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, that's where we're at when it comes to our community. because I'm not sure if you guys ever watched my video. I think I did it last summer. It was the X-Men video. That's one of my favorite videos I've ever done, right? And I was having fun making those videos. But what I was talking about was the Sentinels, right? And if you watch X-Men, if you're a huge X-Men fan like me, right? I always felt like new media, we are the mutants, right? We can do so many different things. We can shapeshift and create and all these sorts of things. Well, eventually mainstream media was going to say, just go take that. just go take what they're doing and we can build our own machines. So that's what started to happen. So that's what I was trying to fight against. Like, listen, y'all, they're coming into our YouTube space like asteroids, and they were going to try to take everything that we do. It used to be J Tuck and JC and maybe DMV and maybe Foots was doing film. Now everybody started doing film, film, you know what I'm saying? It used to be, So they come into the landscape and they try to take our genetics and take our style and take our flavor. I was trying to prepare the team for battle versus that. So while you over here friendly fire shooting at me, I'm like, listen, bro, these big ass Skip Bayless asteroids being dropped and bam, all these drops in the back. You know what I'm saying? All these asteroids was dropping. And now they're planting everywhere. They're planting everywhere, and now they're able to manipulate and do sorts of things. So, that's what I was all about fighting against. But, for me, it's just like, I always wanted to be a person of respect. You guys know I'm a man first. I'm a father first. I'm a husband first. I'm a son first before a content creator. As you guys clearly just heard, J Tuck has been lit for a long time ago. 19-year-old J Tuck didn't have to stand in line at any club. You know what I'm saying? I said it in the song. I don't go to clubs and see no love. See, if I can't cut, I kick shorty out like 3L Dub. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been getting love for a long time, y'all. The name J Tuck. If I play that song on my Instagram or Facebook, I guarantee it's gonna be thousands of people who know that little song from the scratchy ass CD, right? So that's who I am first. So I didn't change because now people know me from making Dallas Cowboys content. I've been the same person. The same person. I am doing absolutely nothing different. But at the end of the day, I always show people who show me respect the most ultimate respect. And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. Be appreciative, work hard, sacrifice, Yeah. And so a lot of people, I get it. I come off as arrogant. I come off as brash. But I've always learned this from Kobe Bryant. Like guys know, I just tell you guys in the morning session, I study Kobe every morning when I'm on my treadmill. I study Floyd every morning, right? It's not arrogance, it's confidence. Because Kobe isn't arrogant that if he gets the ball, rest in peace, in the fourth quarter, he can make this shot. Kobe has shot this shot 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Kobe has shot this shot 1,000 times in practice at 4 a.m. while everyone is asleep. He is saying, give me the ball and get out my way. I do this, right? The same thing with Michael Jordan. The same thing with Floyd Mayweather, right? It's like when you train and you work on your craft so hard, I don't have to waver to anybody. I don't have to waver to anyone when it comes to my stance, when it comes to Omarion Hampton. I've watched damn near every game. As a fan, just watching him in the ACC, because you guys know how much I love Josh Downs. So I watched him since a freshman. I watched him run all over my Florida State Seminoles. You know what I'm saying? I watched this kid 100 damn times. So I don't have to waver because I am confident in my analysis. I'm confident in my work, and I'm confident in my resume. But then for the people who are not confident, it's just J Tuck thinks he knows everything. No. I know what I know, and I'm just stating what my research says. Whatever you decide, if you think that Omarion Hampton is going to be a bust or trash, then feel free. But don't try to pull me into that with you. I'm never trying to change someone's opinion. I'm just providing facts. So you might think Omarion Hampton is a 4th-round pick. That is your opinion. And I'm not going to sit here and argue and sway you. I am just going to provide visual evidence, statistical evidence, why I disagree, and we'll let it all sort out. So that's what it really comes down to. But like I always say on these videos, it just comes down to respect first, right? Respect. That's all it is. Feel the same with Dak Prescott. Yeah, some people, Dak Prescott is a divider. Some people, and the problem is when it comes to Dak Prescott, Angry, and I've been saying this for so long, Dak Prescott gets so much hate that the fan base either overprotects or they over-hate when it comes to Dak Prescott. You can't be in the middle. No. You cannot be in the middle. You either have to love Dak, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Over here, Dak can do no wrong. Dak do no wrong, right? Or he's trash, he's garbage, Cooper Rush. You can't just say, hey, bro, he's a good quarterback, but I need him to step up in bigger moments. Oh, see, Tuck said Dak isn't a good quarterback, so he's over here with us. No, so Tuck says that Dak he needs to step up in bigger moments. He's just hating on Dak. It's just like, God damn. I can't say he's a good quality quarterback, but he needs to step up and play in bigger moments. Nope, you cannot. You can't do that, Angry. You better pick a side. You better say he's top 3 or he is bottom 50. Don't you say top 15. No. You see what I'm saying? So it's gotten so weird and watered down, because what's happened is with Twitter and social media, there are people who do not belong in sports conversations now in sports conversations daily with you, right? And that's what I have to learn to kind of combat, And I do it on other websites, but it's like I need to do it on a lot like social media, right? Because it's like, I think DMV posted something on Instagram, and there was some guy, he was commenting, I forgot who it was about, right? It's like one of the running backs. He was saying something, and he was completely wrong. And at first I thought, yo, Tuck, just go shut this down, because all these things he is saying is false, right? But then it was like, Tuck, he is saying these things because he just doesn't know any better, or 2, he just doesn't want to know any better. Not everyone is a draft junkie like you, Tuck. They're not, bro. So you can't take that out on people that think, oh, T-Mac don't like football because he don't like watching film, right? Why? Because that person heard it from a person that heard it from that person who heard it from that person. So they're just running with it. You see what I'm saying? They're just running with it. They have no idea. You know what I'm saying? He don't love football. He don't watch film. Where'd you get that from? Well, I saw a guy on Twitter say that, and I saw this guy on Twitter say that. So it's like a game of telephone. By the time it gets to you, you have no idea what you're even talking about. Luther, I think it was like something like Luther Burns, like a one-trick pony. It was something crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, Tuck, don't respond, bro. He doesn't know any better. He's trying. And I get it. I was there. Before 2020, I wouldn't say 2020, because I knew some things, but I didn't know a lot, right? I didn't know any better, Before I became a content creator and I was working damn near 60, 70 hours a week. You didn't see I didn't comment. Yeah, bro, I wasn't commenting on that, bro. I was just letting it ride. You know what I'm saying? Like letting it ride. But it's like I didn't have time to watch film on every player and this and that and this and that and this and that, right? I was busy, So you rely on certain individuals to give you the truth. And what happened eventually, I learned like, bro, I was being lied to. I was being manipulated. And I always give you guys the Kyrie Irving story, right? I watched Kyrie Irving play at Duke here in Kansas City versus Kansas State downtown, right? And even back then, I was like, Kyrie Irving was one of the most special point guards I have ever seen in my life, right? So cool, we know the story, Cleveland, this and that, Brooklyn. But I don't have the chance or the time to follow NBA basketball because I'm always doing this, right? So I watch NBA basketball. If the Mavs are playing back in the day when they had Luka, I would tune in and watch. But I'm not tuned in to every detail that's going on with the NBA. I don't know that we just brought up so and so from the G League and he kid this. Like, I don't know all that, right? So what happens is I started leaning on the media, right? So what happens? I was just like some of these Cowboys fans. I don't want Kyrie Irving. He's a nuisance. He's gonna ruin Luka. He's selfish. I don't want him. I don't need him. He quit on his team. He quit on Boston. He's toxic. He's gonna ruin Luka. It's gonna be the worst thing you can do. Why? Because Tuck is so focused on Cowboys content NFL draft, you're leaning on what the masses are telling you about Kyrie Irving. I'm seeing all these radios hosts and ESPN, and I'm seeing, writers for the Dallas Mavericks. They're all saying, no, it's a distraction. Don't. So my lazy ass, I don't have the time to do my own research, which is like, I don't want him either. Because I've heard all these stories about Kyrie Irving. What happens? Kyrie Irving comes to Dallas, shows up, competes every game. Him and Luka become best friends. Took us to an NBA Finals. Probably would have got us a playoff push this year if he didn't go down hurt. So all the things that they said about Kyrie Irving, just negatively tossing it out there, I blindly believe, right? But thankful for you and lucky for you, I don't do that when it comes to the Cowboys because this is my arena. So when I hear people say things about Micah Parsons or this and that, I can go do my own work. Micah Parsons quits at the end of the season. Okay, let's pull up the film. Let's pull up the stats. Let's pull up the analytics and compare and contrast. Well, that is false. Nope, he improved this year at the end of the back half of the season. Nope, he actually improved this back half of the season. Actually, if you watch this film, there was improvement there. So I can go fact check, right? I can go fact check. Dropping Eli Roberts tape. I might do it today, actually. I might do it today. It'd probably be this evening. Because I'm getting back in the gym. I'm getting back to Cabo shape. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back to Cabo shape. So I'm gonna hit the gym tonight. Been back in the ring boxing, man. It's been kicking my ass, right? But I'll probably drop Roberts tonight, to be honest with you guys. So Roberts tape will drop today. DMV on social media, guys who are wrong just simply change their screen name and visit on their sites. Yep. And that's the thing, right? People aren't held accountable. And that's the question I always ask people, is what are you in this for? What are you in this for? Is it about you or is it about the team? Because I don't understand how a grown man, let's say 30 plus, can spend a lot of their free time hating on a 21-year-old kid with villainous intent. Garbage, trash, sucks, blah, 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 blah. Shador Sanders, blah, blah, blah. You're 40 years old hating on a 20-year-old kid. That sounds correct. That'd be like me hating on my kids. That's what it feel like, right? Some of these kids are pretty much the same age as my daughter. That's like me turning on my laptop and hating on my daughter all day. We have grown-ass men and women sitting around just hating on these kids for no reasons. And this is what they told me in the NFL Scouting Academy. Anybody can tell you what a player can't do, right? But only the special scouts can tell you what a player can't. You see what I'm saying? Anybody can just be negative. Oh, he can't, Luther Burton can't run as fast as Tyreek Hill. Okay? Got you. Way to go, scout. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill type speed. Way to go, scout. But what can he do? What can he do? Can he plant at the top of his route tree, right? Can he separate? How is he as a ball carrier once the ball is in his hand? Can he stack corners still without that blazing speed? What is his hands like? Does he catch with his body? Does he catch away from his body? What is his turn and run ability? What is his balance after contact? How does he come off the line of scrimmage? What is his go-to move when he has someone corner that's outside leverage? How is he versus press? How is he in the slot? How is he on the outside compared to how he's in the slot? Can you tell me any of those things? And if you can't tell me the positives what a player can do, then I don't want to hear the fucking negatives. No. Not for all you pretend draft scouts out there who just want to do draft content because it's the algorithm right now. If you cannot visually show me the positive traits of what a player can do, I don't want to hear the fucking negatives at all. At all. At all. I really don't. I don't care. I don't care. It's easy to lock in and say, Tech can't separate because you heard it from somebody on Twitter. I don't want Tech because he can't separate. Do you even know what separation as a wide receiver even truly what means? Because once again, he's 6'5" with the wingspan. So even if a corner is in his hip pocket, just off the wingspan alone, you can create separation. But that's football stuff, right? Can you listen to Creep by Radiohead? Funny story about that, right? Funny story about that. I know that song word by word, line by line. How do I know that song? Because I still have it. It's out there in my man cave. One day I might do that for y'all. But it's Rock Band. If you ever play the video game Rock Band, which I have, Creep was my favorite song. You know what I'm saying? It was one of my favorite songs. So very special. I wish I was cause I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Don't care if it hurts. Wanna have control. Want a perfect body. Want a perfect soul. I know all that. And when they sung that song on Guardians of the Galaxy, we all sung along at the opening scene because Rock Band. It's probably still on my Instagram. I can play that song and sing that song at the same time on the highest difficulty level and get a perfect score. You know what I'm saying? So me and my kids, we normally play Rock Band, but like they don't appreciate stuff like that. They're like, this game is boring. This game is boring. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? This game is boring. I'm like, man, Rock Band, back when I was in college and I had Rock Band and Guitar Hero, after the club, everybody used to pull up to J Tuck's house. After party, I would have a keg waiting and everything, and we would just turn up and play Rock Band. You know what I'm saying? We play Rock Band. My homeboy would be on the drums. I would be playing the bass guitar. You know, I'm black, so we only play the bass. We don't play the electric. You know what I'm saying? So I would play the bass guitar, and I would also sing on the mic. You know what I'm saying? And I would have my wife's at work. I would have a bunch of girls in my house sitting on the couch, and I was just singing, playing the guitar. You know what I'm saying? Singing, playing the guitar. You know, doing what college kids do. You know what I'm saying? So I know that song. I know a bunch of songs that's on that Rock Band thing. And I think there's like a new patch you can get if you connect it to like your PC, where you can put any song into Rock Band, which will be dope. But it's just too much work if you have a modded Xbox. What do you know about the Guardians of the Galaxy acoustic version? You know about all that stuff, man. Thoughts on music nowadays? Is it over or below par? I think it just depends on what your mindset when it comes to Jimi Hendrix is black and he played electric guitar. Yeah, this is a few, right? Prince, you know what I'm saying? But we play bass, you know what I'm saying? We play bass guitar in our family. Actually, funny story you mentioned that. So let's see. Oh, man. All right. So this is a guitar. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I come from a legendary music family. So if you guys, hold on, I'll play it for you. Hold on, I'll play it. Hold on. I'll play it for you guys real quick. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is why we kind of go improv. We can kind of just, pivot a little bit. So hold on. So this was one of my big family moments. All right, let me see here. So if you guys have seen the movie American Gangster, all right, and then Jay-Z's dropped the soundtrack for American Gangster. He had this song called Sweet. Sweet. Pain. If I would have grew up to be a doctor, my nephews would have grew up to do the same. All right, you guys know that song? All right. That is my family. That is my family. Rudy Love, rest in peace, Uncle Rudy, and the Love family on that sample. So Jay-Z and Kanye sampled my family when it came to that song Sweet, right? So that was the Jay-Z version. This is my family's version. That's my uncle, you know what I'm saying? So that's that old school. It's my Uncle Rudy, Auntie Shirley. No, you do this, little girl. Hey, does your mama know you do this, little girl? So that's my family. So when my uncle passed away, he gave me this. Gave me his guitar. He left me his guitar with this his autograph thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is a legendary guitar that my uncle had, that he's played with B.B. King. I mean, he's played all over the world. He's in the Oklahoma Hall of Fame. All sorts of stuff, man. So my Uncle Rudy, Uncle Herbie, my Auntie Shirley, who just passed away this past week, man. So, she passed last month. We just had our funeral last week. So yeah, so I come from a legendary music family. So that Jay-Z sample, when Kanye and Jay-Z sampled my uncle and his family. Now I can't play it. I used to be able to play this. Back in my day, I could play a little bit, but now I can't, you know what I'm saying? But I keep it because it's a legendary guitar, man. It's seen a lot of road, a lot of travel, has his autograph and signature and stuff still on that right there. So, very musical inclined family. I couldn't sing or anything. My only gift was I could rap though. I had bars, you know what I'm saying? I could rap. I performed and wrote for a lot of artists, but that was about it. I didn't have any musical gifts. You make music, just a big fan. Used to be a big music fan, used to make music, used to DJ, used to produce. So I wrote for a lot of artists, went on tour. I've been on tour at Tech Nine before, opened up for Wiz Khalifa, did a lot of different, stuff like that. So used to make music back in the day. That was my passion. Been a radio DJ. Used to DJ nightclubs, all sorts of stuff like that. So they don't make good music like that no more, man. They don't make, no. They don't make music like that. They don't make music like that no more, David. Hey. Yeah, that's that soul, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all like y'all old school people like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's that old school. That's that old school right there. You know what I'm saying? But then Jay-Z and Kanye was digging the crates. They came across it and was yeah. If I would have grew up to be a doctor, my nephews would have grew up to do the same. Yeah. So LA is hard. And so like back when Jay-Z dropped that, I was kind of still in college. So when it was like, yo, I remember my mama called me and was like, Jay-Z and Kanye, they just sample Uncle Rudy and Aunt Shirley and them songs. I'm like, what do you mean? And bro, so I was DJing the clubs, bro. So I have a blended mix between both of those songs, and I would transition in and out of those two different songs, man. It was such a cold ass set, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's my uncle in there, man. So salute to Rudy Love and the Love family. Look him up. There's a movie out, a documentary out on Uncle Rudy, in the family. So yeah, I didn't get that part of it. I didn't get that musical gift, you know what I'm saying? Like I got the sports gift, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how many? I should have known this because we were all at the funeral. I think it's like 17, 16 cousins of us. And I'm like one of like kind of the oldest. Said Jay Tucker, I need to hear your rap music. Well, I just played some of it. That's my very first stuff. Actually, y'all probably gonna hear some of my rap music because what I thought about, normally for my YouTube channel, my intro, I have to pay to have other artists, license and stuff and play like my intro and stuff. I'm like, why don't I just play my own music? Why don't I play my own music? So yeah. Play your best song. I have a few. My biggest song. I don't know if I have it on here because it's not digital. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have a digital version. I have the digital version on my phone, but it's not on my laptop. But we'll play it one day. What's up, sis? What's going on, Sadiqa? So yeah, so just kind of staying multifaceted. So like I said, I've seen a lot of things, have done a lot of different things, man. So kind of going back, tying it all back in. It's like the content fame, the social media fame, whatever y'all want to call it, it doesn't move me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't move me at all. I've been who I was before any of this. You know what I'm saying? I've actually had a Twitter account that was much bigger than my current Twitter account. My original Twitter account, I had like almost like 80,000 followers. I had to delete it because a girl of mine, she, and she saw some people commenting and stuff, and so she made me delete it, which I shouldn't have done. I wish I would have just like hit it, you know what I'm saying, or deactivated it because I could have used that account, you know what I'm saying. But I had a much bigger following, the J Tuck the artist account, than I actually do on this. Tuck, did I get your tag on Twitter? No, sis, I haven't been on Twitter. I don't have Twitter on my phone at all, so I didn't see it. So yeah, so going back to the Omarion Hampton stuff in the draft, do I feel like that is a position the Cowboys would go at 12? It should be considered, right? It should be strongly considered, but like the fake Marcus Mosher, I guess, yesterday was saying, you could probably go wide receiver first and then go get a running back, but it's either or, flavor of ice cream, because the thing that concerns me about the wide receiver class is I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to draft an X wide receiver. I really don't. I really don't think they're going to draft an X wide receiver. They're probably going to draft a Z, a shiftier guy, right? A shiftier guy that can open things up. But then also consider they did re-sign Turpin for whatever that means, and Jalen Tolbert, and list goes on and on. But I think DMV dropped a video on this. The Cowboys cannot make this critical mistake. And I know Schottenheimer, I get it, bro. I get it. You love the underdog story. We can't buy into the underdog story. You know what I'm saying? We can't use the underdog story. Jay Tucker used Newmark DJ equipment. What brand did you use? So I used Newmark. I used a lot of Serato. Serato was the software that I used. But which is crazy, right? When I was really DJing clubs back then, because I was kind of broke at first, I didn't have a laptop. So what I really figured out was I could connect two PSPs, like the PlayStation Portables. So I would load all my music on two PlayStation Portables, have those connected to my mixer board, and I could use that kind of like a laptop and go back and forth between the PSPs as my playlist. I mean, y'all remember the PSPs? So one, I didn't have to travel with this big heavy ass laptop because back in the day they didn't have it. But I would connect two PSPs, put them in my mixer board. So I have song one queued up over here and then song two queued up on this PSP. And that's how I would go back and forth between the two tracks. That's how I started. That's how I started DJing. So yeah. And it was cool because like DJing, DJing was a cool experience because one, you meet so many people. Like, so what I would do was I would work, and this is why I stopped playing football in college. So I I got the job at the radio station on the weirdest thing ever, right? I was I went to an after party with a friend of mine, and salute to my friend. He wasn't the best friend. He was into a lot of stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? He's from Mississippi. But I was rolling out with them. We went to this after party or whatnot, and I was just at this after party miserable. I'm just talking to this guy, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to him, having a good old conversation, right? And he was like, yo, you have the perfect voice for radio. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you have the perfect voice for radio. You should be on the radio station. I was like, he's like, yeah, you worked on radio before. I was like, nah, never. He's like, you got the perfect voice. So I got his number. That was like Saturday night. Sunday, I go meet him at the radio station. So he puts me in the console and everything. He's like, all right, man, I'm gonna just, this is what I want you to kind of talk about. Like, show me what you got. And I went in there, I was like, hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jordan from radio. Like, it was just like real awkward because I never done it before. And he pulls me out and was like, nah, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, all right, cool. And he was like, where's the guy from last night? And I was like, I don't know. Like, you see, you know what I'm saying? He was like, where's the energy that you had last night? And I was like, bro, I was kind of drunk last night. I don't know what the hell. I don't even remember what we were talking about, right? So he then takes me to the bar next door. We go to the bar. We have about 4 or 5 shots and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're drinking at the bar next door, right? We're talking, just talking. Then we go back to the radio station, and like, I'm kind of tipsy. Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Tuck. We are live on Kiss 103 FM. We got some interesting songs coming up. So if you want to hear all those hits, you are in the right spot. So lock in with your boy and let's turn up on Kiss 103.5. He was like, that's it? That's it? You got it. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, when do I start? He was like, now. You're on air. Go. And then it was just like, boom. So what happened was at the radio station, there's like a system. So you ever listen to your radio station and you run a while, you hear the same songs over and over and over and over again? Because there was a radio like software, it's called like Power Gold back then, that would play like the same songs all the time on the radio. So back then, Akon was big, right? Akon. I wanna love you all over the floor. Like, and then Sean Kingston, Your Way. Like, it would be Sean Kingston and Akon all damn day on the rotation, right? But what did smart J Tuck figure out how to do? I figured out how to go into Power Gold and put my own tracks into the system. I figured out how to go into Power Gold and take songs out and put my own songs in as long as it was edited. And when I did that, the radio station took off. It was like I was just jamming. I was banging some Jay-Z stuff. I was banging Nas. I was just, you know what I'm saying, whatever I got my hands on, unreleased stuff that ain't came out. Back when Lil Wayne was freestyling on everything, as long as it was, so I was taking out the Power Gold and putting into my own stuff, right? And I remember the program director had came down. He was like, hey, we're finding these songs that are in our rotation, but they shouldn't be. And I had the argument, your advertising dollars are up. Everyone's talking about the station. This is the #1 station now in the region. I think you probably just want to let Jay Tuck cook for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so he argued back, like, nah, play the Power Gold stuff. Play the Power Gold stuff, right? And then one night, I'm like, listen, y'all, it's your boy Jay Tuck. We're live on the request line. But hey, don't call in to request anything because they're telling me just to play the Power Gold stuff. So y'all gonna hear Akon and Sean Kingston. Oh, damn, I was a rebel back then. So I was a rebel back then. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear Sean Kingston and Akon and the Pussycat Dolls all damn night. I press play. People are calling in. Hey, Tuck, man. Hey, bro, just do your thing. We don't want to hear this all night. Hey, Tuck, we trying to go out tonight, bro. We're not trying to hear this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. So everybody was just on, and I let it go off the air. Everybody was on the air. Everybody was off the air. Let's calling in complaining that the radio station was playing these same little Power Gold songs over and over, and they just wanted people to let Jay Tuck cook, right? And then finally, what happened was there was a club owner. It was a little like hole in a spot called Josie's, right? It's a little hole in a spot. And he called in, he was like, hey man, like we have a hole in the wall spot, you know, not too many people know about us, you know, but if you want to come and just play your music and do your thing, we'll be more than happy to have you up here and I can pay you. I said, all right, bro, I'll be there tonight. All right, listen, y'all. I'm leaving the radio station right now. If you want to turn up and have a fun-ass Saturday night with your boy Jay Tuck, meet me all at Josie's. By the time I got to Josie's, y'all, it was a line wrapped around the building. Like, they had to call the fire marshal. There were so many people there. I walked through the line. Everyone's like, oh, Tuck is here, Tuck is here, Tuck is here. I didn't have a turntable or anything. I just had the mixing boards that I had. I just had 2 PSPs, connected them to the faders, went up, and I think here's the very first song I played. Here's the very first song I played that had the whole club going crazy. And then we took off. We had this, and then so y'all from the South, y'all know this song, right? Now I went to this one. Everybody put their hands up. Put that kiki. I'm gonna break them off real bad. Hey, the whole club was just like, all right, this boy Tuck over here turned up. He got the little kiki jamming. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, ain't nobody in the clubs in Kansas playing little kiki like this. Everybody was going apes. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have camera phones about this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know this shit. Now I gotta work my wood grain wheel. Hey. Everybody was going crazy. Paul Wall, you know what I'm saying? Whole club lit. You know what I'm saying? The bar got sold out. They ran out of alcohol by like 12 o'clock. You see what I'm saying? And then it was just like, yo, the club owner was like, yo, can you do that on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays? I said, yes, we can for a price. He was like, oh man, okay. Well, you know, we're a small bar and, you know, but we're trying to listen. We can do Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays for a price. And he was going to try to give me like $100 a night. I said, absolutely not. So after conversation, we worked our way up to $700 a night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for me to do that. Also, I was cross-promoting on the radio station, though I got in trouble for doing that, but it just is what it is because they wasn't paying for advertising. So $700 a night just to DJ at the club. And my one stipulation was that all the people who were with me on my list got in for free and they got to drink for free. That was it. $700 a night. I'll promo you on the radio station. But if you're with me and we pull in the line, they're with me and they are good. You're like, yeah, we can do that. We can put them on limitation. Okay, cool. 5 drink minimum. Okay, cool. He's like, bet. 5 people, 5 drink minimum, get in for free. And once that happened, it was just chaos. And I was just DJing Wednesday night, Saturday night, Thursday night, Friday night. One night I kind of mix it up. On Wednesdays, it's kind of like the older crowd would be there. So I would play like slow jams for couples and old schools. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? So if you go on Facebook, that's where people know me. Like the J Tuck that you guys are talking to right now, a lot of people on Facebook don't even follow my cowboy shit. They know me from DJ Club J Tuck, Club Wrecking, you know what I'm saying, all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys know me from Cowboys content. They be like, nah, bro, Tuck been doing this shit for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of just cool to see the evolution of everything. And I would bring artists to town and they would perform and all sorts of different things. So it just kind of makes it, all full circle. So it's like a lot of the things that I've always done creative wise, it just ties in. I used to make how I learned how to graphic design. Like when I make these thumbnails and make all these different things that you guys see from the graphics, I was making mixtape covers for rappers way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like those Hot Boy type kind or the flashy ones, the cartoon effect. I was making those for like every rapper out there because there were so many who needed cover work. So, send me a photo. I'll Photoshop it and put flames around your name and diamonds and all sorts of stuff. And you just shoot me $50. So, I've always been a creator. And that's what I love about content creation. It's always like, it gets my creative gear always flowing, y'all. It always, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, David, they had a tuck list. So funny story about that. So once they started getting booming, they started, because they were the number one club now in the city. Like, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? So they upped the fee, they upped the door price, they upped all that stuff, right? Because now it was booming. And there was one night I got there early and I said, hey, my roommates was late because they was doing some other stuff. I'm like, listen, I told the bouncer, like, listen, I got 3 people on my list, my 3 roommates, this is who it is, right? They'll be here in a little bit, just let them in, right? Okay, cool. Then I'm up there DJing, and my roommate's like texting and calling me like, yo, bro, like they're not letting us in. They're sitting at capacity. And I was like, dog. So I sent the bartender, I was like, yo, can you just go tell the door dude to let those 3 in? Like, they're with me. She goes, tells him, he comes back. They're not letting them in. Cool. So I go out there, put the stuff on pause, right? Autoplay. Like, listen, bro, just let my 3 roommates in. Everybody else in line, I could care less. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let my 3 in. The bouncer was like, you're not the owner. You don't own this place. And we're at capacity. I'm not effing letting them in. I said, okay, you got it. Sure. Big bartender, big bouncer, you got it. You're not letting my 3 roommates in. So I went to the DJ booth. Listen, everybody, turn the music off. I know y'all came out here to party tonight. How many of y'all want to rock with your boy J Tuck? Everyone screams. I say, oh, okay, cool. If they don't let my 3 roommates in this building, I am taking all this shit down and we are walking. And they have exactly 30 seconds to do so. 1, 2, I'm on the mic. 3, the owner comes in. What are you doing? I said, you better get to the door. You better get to that door, bro. You better get to that door. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Then all of a sudden, my 3 roommates come in. I'm like, make way so my dogs can come up here to the DJ booth. My dog Mike, my dog Shrimp, my dog D-Craft in the DJ booth. And I said, are now y'all ready to fucking party? Everyone said, hell yeah. And we turned back the music up and cranked up. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been a person who's known my net worth. I've always known my value. And I've always been loyal to my people. You know what I'm saying? I've always just been that way. Like, I'm always a foxhole guy. Like, I am the guy, if I'm out with you, I'm in your foxhole. You know what I'm saying? And I like foxhole people that I don't have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like being around people who aren't foxhole people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know if me, Rome, and DMV get into a fight for whatever reason, we gonna make sure each other gets home. You see what I'm saying? I can't trust people who might stand by the back door and be like, damn, Tuck, I didn't know they swung on you like that. I never saw it. Nah, bro. I like foxhole people. If I'm with you, I'm with you. And the number one rule when you come for our community, when you go out with me, is to make sure I can get you back home. That's it. Now, if DMV started a fight because he was drunk and stepped on someone's shoes and caused some issues or whatnot, he gonna hear about it on the car ride back, bro. Hey, don't put us in those shitty situations, dog. That was messed up what you did. You know what I'm saying? You was drunk, you was sloppy, you wasn't conducting yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever put us in that situation. But we gonna get home. We gonna get home. We gonna talk about it on the whole ride back, bro. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? But we are gonna get home. And that's what it's like. It's like this is foxhole people. So it's the same thing when it comes to this Cowboys community. I'm a foxhole guy. You're not going to just shit on Angry on my watch, bro. And me just sit there and just laugh and be like, ha, 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 you're shitting on Angry. No, bro. You shit on Angry, you're shitting on me. You shitting on JC, you're shitting on me. You shit on Stargazer, you shitting on me. You shit on Sadika, you're shitting on me. You shit on Rome, you shitting on me. You shit on Boss, you shitting on me. So I'm not going to sit there and just condone it and ha, and keep. Nah, that's not how we go. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I operate, bro. That's not how I operate. But ain't everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? Ain't everybody the same. But that's just where I came from. That's just how I'm raised. You're not just going to disrespect people who I'm cool with and just let it go. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about no one in particular. I'm just talking about men in general. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about men in general, bro. We are men first. We are women first. Before all this Cowboys content stuff, bro. Don't lose your values. Don't lose your values of who you really are because of the Dallas Cowboys. There's been times where I've been in group chats with certain people and it's, oh, boss said this. Boss said that. I don't agree with boss. Boss is an idiot for saying that. Well, then add boss to the fucking group chat and tell him that, dog. But we're not going to sit here, and I'm not going to let you sit here and talk about Boss Cowboy while he's not present. Add him to the group chat. If you feel this way about Boss, because Boss is whatever, right? Then add him to the group chat and tell Boss. Don't tell me about another man, bro. Tell that man if you feel some type of way. Tell him. I'm sitting here talking to you about the draft and this and that, but you want to talk about Boss when Boss isn't present. I don't respect that, bro. Because if you're willing to talk about Boss when Boss isn't present, you're willing to talk about J Tuck when J Tuck is not present, dog. You don't just stop at one. You don't just stop at one. If you're willing to talk about Boss Cowboy or talk about Rome or talk about DMV when them man isn't present, that man isn't present, you are willing to do the same to me. And what does Lil Wayne says? If a man talks about another man while a man isn't present, a man don't listen. That's Wayne. That's rap. That's hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? If a man talks about another man while that man isn't present, a man does not listen. I have principles. I'm not no chatty patty. Oh, pass the tea. Ooh. Tell me more. Tell me more what did Boss say in his live. No, go talk to Boss about that if you got a problem with him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tuck, if they don't know now, they know now. If you don't know, well, facts, bro. Facts. Like men and women of principle. Men and women of principle. And when you do that, 41 years old, that's why I've always gotten respect because I treat people how they treat me. If I have a problem with you, I will tell you I have a problem with you. I won't sneak around. I won't do no innuendos. I know a lot of people were saying about me and ARC or Dak Attack. I didn't hide. I put his name in the title. That way it wasn't who is talking about, who is this? Maybe it could have been Vach or maybe it could have been, no, it's none of that. I put your name in the title. It's direct. If I have a problem with you, I'm talking to you, the problem. When I had a problem with Lord Brunson, I didn't say these Eagles content creators. I didn't say the Eagles communities. I said at Lord Brunson. That's it. So that's what people don't understand when it comes to me. If I have a problem, a real problem with you, I will let you know. But here's the thing, I don't have real problems with any of these people. 105 The Theater Fan, I don't have no problems with them. I might disagree with how you handle things, but it's not like I'm willing to fight because you had Dax Accuser on your radio station. That looks ill on you. What do I need to fight you about that you had Dax false accuser on the home of the Dallas Cowboys? There's nothing to fight about. There's nothing to fight. We all know it's a bad look. We all know there was nothing to fight about. So why do we want to be all up in arms about you fucking up? There's nothing to fight about. You had a false accuser and their lawyer come on and say all these villainous things about Dak Prescott when you are the home of the Dallas Cowboys, when you have paid sponsorship with the Dallas Cowboys, and let them spew all these allegations uninterrupted, and then got mad at Tuck for calling it out. Like, me? Like the 50 Cent meme. Me? What? Any person, man, woman, whatever, would say, bro, you can't do that. You cannot do that. It's a bad look. But it was all about the views. It was all about the clicks. And then when you go and say, hey, I don't give a damn, I would do an interview with Hitler himself if it's going to get clicks, then why are you mad for me saying that you guys are doing this for clicks? See what I'm saying? So there's nothing to fight about. There's no fight. There's no fight with me and Marcus Mosher where we got to roll up our sleeves and throw hands. You said no experts have mocked Omarion Hampton that high. Mel Kiper just did it for the third time. There's nothing to fight about. Why are we angry? Why are we angry? Why is this bassy tonality in your voice? There's nothing to fight about. You said there was no. I said there was at least one, if you want to count Mel Kiper as an expert. So it's not, and people will spin it where Jay Tuck doesn't like so-and-so. I don't know these people. I don't. I met Zach Wolchuk at the Super Bowl. It was all love. I talked to Brian Broad at the Super Bowl, all love. Nick Harris, everybody, all love. When I see these people, it's all love. So I don't hate these people. Now, do they shake my hand and maybe go back to their table and say other stuff or whatever? I don't know, and I don't care. But there's no hate on my side. The only reason me and Brunson had hate is because I asked him, are we beefing? Are we tweeting? He said that we're beefing. That was all I needed to know. And then it was just swing when you see me. That's all I said. If he's like, nah, bro, it's just tweets, we just going back and forth, then we would have still been going back and forth and probably have made a lot of money. People have offered me and Brunson a lot of money to do collaborative shows. But I'm not collaborating and doing shows with someone that possibly I could be beefing with. I don't want to get money with you if you're thinking that there's beef between us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm just trying to grasp at it. You know, I'm an old school, y'all. If you have a problem with someone, just say it. There's nothing to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Just say it. You know what I'm saying? But there's too much manipulative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Too much manipulative stuff. Bro, being a content creator and seeing you at the Super Bowl made me super proud and ambitious to make it there one day. Appreciate that, Angry Bro. That means a lot, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to open the doors for others. And I don't think people see the vision. I don't think people see the vision. I don't think, literally, y'all, I'm telling you guys, dead ass, the NFL, I can't, like I said, it's on my phone because I can't do my phone. They sent me an email asking me, Jay Tuck, am I coming to the draft? Y'all don't understand how big of a win that is? I don't understand how big of a win that is that the NFL. So here's the thing. When you get approved by the NFL, like, you can't just go get approved by it. Like, you have to do a background check. You got to do all this sorts of stuff just to get in the portal for the opportunity to get accepted. You see what I'm saying? So there's a gate before the main entrance. It's like 2 gates you have to get through. You see what I'm saying? You can't just say, you know what? I'm applying for credentials for the Super Bowl. Bro, it's like background checks, facial scans, all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to get the opportunity to even apply. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that I've done it, I've jumped over 2 gates and done it, right? And not done it as part of the radio. The draft, it was CFO Sports. They are seeing what we're doing in this community when it comes to draft content, right? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dog. And like I said, they reached out to me just like 20 minutes. And when's the draft? Well, the draft was when's the draft? Like 2 weeks from now? The 24th, right? The 24th? Like 24th. So like 2 weeks to go. You know, so now I'm trying to scramble. Like, am I going or not? You know what I'm saying? I'm actually probably checking my emails or whatnot, but it's like, okay. But I don't think people understand the sacrifices that had to go in the last 4 to 5 years to even get to this point. I didn't see it coming. Now, you know what's crazy? I am approved for the Super Bowl twice, draft 3 times. Possibly this will be my 4th one to cover if I go, right? Combine, boxing, could have did the Pro Bowl, but I couldn't make it. Got approved for the Senior Bowl, but I couldn't make it. Got approved for the Hula Bowl, but I couldn't make it, right? Do y'all think it's going to happen when it comes to Dallas Cowboys camp in Oxnard? I'll ask y'all in the chat. Do y'all think that's going to happen when it comes to Dallas Cowboys camp in Oxnard? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Probably not. You know? So it shows that everyone else around the world, right, whether it's the NFL, whether it's the draft community, whether it's boxing. I mean, hell, I've done the Big 12. Oh yeah, Kansas football, the Big 12 tournament. I didn't go this year because Kansas was bad, right? Kansas athletics, right? All of those people see the value in what I bring, right? But the one team who, if you cut my skin open, it will bleed silver and blue, still doesn't see it. And it's not because I'm not talented enough. Nah, I can't be that. It's not because I'm not gifted enough. Nah, I couldn't be that. Not because I'm not trustworthy, because I've passed multiple background checks from the NFL. Can't be that. Well, then, Tuck, what could be the reason? It's because I'm honest and I can't be controlled. That's why. That is 1,000% why. It's because I'm honest and I cannot be controlled. I told you guys the story. The last time I was at Oxnard, I had the same credentials that everyone else had. I was at camp for a whole week. I was posting clips, being such a Cowboys fan and loving this team so much. When I was posting clips, instead of trying to get the clips out fast and put them right on my Twitter, right, to get the instant reaction, I would take the clips, put them in CapCut, take the audio out. Tuck, why were you taking the audio out of your clips? Because I didn't want to hear and people to hear any possible play calls that could go out when we were going through scrimmages. I was that close. So me being a Cowboys fan was getting the clip. Oh, Dak to Turpin, right? I would take that clip, put it in CapCut, rip the audio out, and put it back on Twitter in silence because I didn't want no one to hear what the verbiage was, because that was the first year Schottenheimer was offensive coordinator, I believe, right? Was there Monday through Saturday. Friday, I get there, credential around his neck, same pass, same everything, same thing I had all week. Hey, we can't let you in today. Why not? I don't know. You gotta go talk back up front. We just can't. We was just told we can't let you up here today. Well, why not? I have the pass. You just gave me the pass up front, right? Why not? Hey, man, I don't know. I don't want to make this difficult. I was just told we had informed we can't let you through. Cool. So I'm walking back to the bleachers, and luckily, I saw J-Ron and I forgot who it was. It was J-Ron and somebody else. I think it was like J-Ron, like CD or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking past the gate, and I'm like, oh, what's going on with you, dog? So I shook J-Ron's hand. What's going on with you, bro? It's like, nah, it's like, man, I'm about to put in some work today. He's like, hell yeah, you know it, dog. I was like, all right, shit. I was like, I'll fuck with you. He's like, you're not coming in today? And I was like, no, they're not letting me in today. And he was like, bro, let Tuck in. And the security guy was like, just go. Just go. Just get. Just here. Get in there. Bye. Go. Like, word? That's what we're doing now? That's what we're doing now? The team that I bleed for, that I stay up late night and can't sleep about because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with their offense. The team that, you know, I worked so hard to cover the draft, where I'm announcing that you're about to draft Overshown and Deuce before it was called out. You know what I'm saying? That's the team that says, here, go. Here. Fine. Yeah. Go. Gross. Go. And what it was, bro, y'all saw the pictures. They saw me on the field getting love and talking to all the players. I got too close. And they don't like that. And salute to my Cowboys grandmother, love her to death. I'm gonna call her and get her on the show. Y'all have to work with her when it comes to her technology, but I need to get my Cowboys grandma on the show and Miss Price, right? Love Miss Price. And she had told me, I saw her at one of the games like a year ago. She's always like in the down area, right? When I'm down there, right? And I talked to Miss Price and she came, she said, baby, I am so proud of you. She's like, I see everything you doing. She's like, I am so proud of you. I'm your biggest fan. I'm like, thank you, Mrs. Price. Like because Mrs. Price was the first one who was an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Was a massive inspiration because Mrs. Price, like she was in there. And she said, baby, I want you to be careful. I'm like, what do you mean, Mrs. Price? She was like, you are getting way too close. And when you get too close, they're going to come for you because they do not like that. You know, like, what do you mean? She's like, they did it to me. Like, I'm telling you guys, the first time I saw Mrs. Price, it was when the Chiefs played in Dallas. Chiefs played in Dallas during the Alex Smith years, right? The whole sack race thing when Tyreek Hill did that, right? So I was downstairs. I met Mrs. Price, took a photo with her. And what I mean, every player, every staff member, every coach, when they walk past Mrs. Price, getting before a game, hey, Mrs. Price, how's it going? I love you. CD, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. I wasn't CD back then, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was just like, hey, Mrs. Price, Zeke, Mrs. Price, Dak, Mrs. Price, Jerry, Charlotte, Steven, Jerry Jones Jr. Everybody was showing love to Mrs. Price. I was like, she's official. She is the real one. Mrs. Price, we talk about Law, we talk about Mark Holmes, we talk about Shango. Mrs. Price is the one who really set the foundation for this shit, bro. At every game, front row, representing Mrs. Price. And every player, when they came off that field and walked down that tunnel, it was the ultimate respect for Mrs. Price. And this is back Alex Smith. This is pre-J Tuck content creator. I said, oh, that is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, that is amazing. Now, they kind of push Mrs. Price over to the side. Right? You know? And when you guys are watching the game, who do you guys always see every game on TV? It's the wrecking helmet guy. You know what I'm saying? It's the wrecking helmet guy. He's the wrecking helmet guy. That's who they are trying to push up as the Dallas Cowboys super fan. the wrecking helmet guy. And he's eating, you know what I'm saying? And he's kind of different too. I met him a few times at games. I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So he's one of those people who take it like they're the mega superstars, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, what's going on, bro? Hey man, I gotta make it quick, man. I gotta make it quick. I was like, well then go make it quick then. Shit. I'm just saying what's up to you, dog. Go make it quick, right? That's who they're trying to pump up as the Dallas Cowboys super fan. And they pushed Miss Price over to the side. So, you know, I feel like for me, be honest with you guys, it's just that I've gotten too close. And I guarantee they hate. They hate. They absolutely hate that I have the ultimate key when it comes to Dallas Cowboys. I got the ultimate key now. I think that's making people nervous. It's making nervous that Jay Tuck, in probably about 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, is going to hop on a call and talk to Dez Bryant. It makes people nervous now because, damn, we kind of want to keep him over there, but shit, he's with 88 now. How do we, the ultimate key. Wait, Dez put his arm around this guy? You know what I'm saying? Oh. What? You know what I'm saying? Because I remember at the Super Bowl, we were doing Media Row. So at Media Row, you know, all the athletes call the handlers. So the handlers, so let's say it's Micah Parsons, right? I'm Micah Parsons. I have what's called a handler. It's a horrible name. I don't know why they call it a handler, but it's just a media thing, right? So the handler is the person that knows Micah's schedule, where all his interviews, at what table he has to be at what time. You know, he's the one trying, or she's the one. Typically, they're like women. They're actually like fine women too. So typically, they're some fine ass handlers. But you know what I'm saying? They know like all the spots supposed to be to. Like, so if you're supposed to be at Bleacher Report from 10 a.m. to 10:15, they're saying, okay, we got to be at Bleacher Report from 10 a.m. to 10:15, and Bleacher Report is 10:16. Micah has to go because we have to be at table 45. Like, they're keeping things go, right? So there were so many people that saw Dez Bryant on the list of people who was going to attend Media Row, right? So, of course, people know that we have a relationship. So there's a lot of people, well, there was 105 to the Fan and this radio station, like the Ticket and this and that and this and that. It's like, yeah, I heard Dez is going to be here. I was going to get him, like, yeah, Dez will be here Thursday. Okay, cool. Like, we let us have schedule some time with him. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. That's what's up. You know, it's like, so I haven't seen anything. Who is Dez Bryant's handler? And the look in their faces when I said, me. You're the handler? Wait, you have Dez's schedule? Yeah, I have it right here on my phone. Well, I mean, so should I just email you to get, well, hey, we have a very strict schedule of what we're doing today. And if we have some time left over, I will try to make sure that maybe Dez could stop by your table. Right? So we were there. We knocked out, you know, Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report, shit, you name it. NFL Network, we did all that, right? And like I said, Jay Tuck being so solid, Jay Tuck still looking out and being loyal, even though people disrespect me. We have a quick second to stop by. So DLS, right? We got the interview that Clarence did with DLS. That was me, right? He did another one with my dogs who are local, a podcast, did it with them, right? So we were just, Nick Harris got the interview for DallasCowboys.com. So I was looking out for people who typically don't look out for me. But that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no animosity. I could have easily been petty and be like, no, because I'm not thinking about me, Jay Tuck. I'm thinking about the community, the Cowboys community. What is the best way to put more eyes on Dez Bryant is get him to more local eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is how I kind of maneuver things. But I said, bro, it looked like they saw a damn ghost when they found out it was me. They had the full schedule. They had everything laid out. You know what I'm saying? And then people were lined up, wanting to talk to Dez. Dez like, Tuck, let's get up out of here. We got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Got up out of there. Hey, we're done for the day. Then my phone started ringing. Can he come back tomorrow? Like, no, we're not doing tomorrow. We're done. You know what I'm saying? We're done. You see what I'm saying? So people don't like that little J Tuck, who started a YouTube channel, is now elevated. They wanted me to stay on YouTube and just be a YouTuber. That's it. This is my box. It's talking to y'all, which I love doing. This was my only little box, right? I wasn't supposed to break out of this box. And I blew it up. Blew up the whole box, right? You know, to where I walk in and Kay Adams is in a room full of people. And she's like, yo, Tuck, come here. This is Kay Adams. Now, my wife might not like to hear that. This is Kay Adams. You guys saw it all on live stream. Justin Pugh, Gerald McCoy, Emmanuel Acho, Sean Merriman, right? But that's because I worked my ass off to get the respect. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, don't let people put you in this box as content creators. In closing, don't let them put you in this little box and say, Angry, you're just a YouTuber. That's it. Make YouTube videos and that's it. That's your little box. Stay there. Nope. Maybe Angry, you want to write too. Maybe you want to do an in-studio podcast about music. Maybe you want to host a camp. Don't let people put y'all in this box, not only when it comes to content or when it comes to life. I just told you guys, I've done music, I've done radio, I produced, I've rapped, I've done clothing, I've done fashion, I'm doing sports now, probably about to transition over into fitness. Like, life is short. Don't put yourself in this box. And people are going to want to keep you mentally in these boxes. Break out of them, y'all. Break out of them. Do what makes you happy. Life is short. There's going to be feedback. It's negative feedback, right? Ignore it. Because like I always tell you guys, it stops absolutely nothing. Nothing. It stops absolutely nothing. I want to try to put together a Cowboys content creators convention where we all come together like Media Row. That would be dope. See? Do it. I'll pull up. I'll pull up Angry. Just let me know. I'll be there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, the vision. Of course, when I started doing this, I never even fathomed. If you would have told me back in 2020, yo, Tuck, one day you're going to be working side by side with Dez Bryant, I'd be like, bro, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what my number one goal was as a content creator when I started this? My number one goal, the thing that I wanted the most, I want to do a show with Law Nation. Love Law. But that was my number one goal, was to one day be able to do a show with Law Nation. That was it. That was it. That was my Super Bowl, was to do a show with Law Nation. Love Law. That's my dog, right? Salute to Law. Best in the business. Look how low I set that standard for myself. And then eventually something said, Tuck, no, let's take this shit higher, bro. Love Law. Law's my dog. But that ain't the ceiling for you, dog. Let's take this shit higher. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it higher. To the point where the only thing left for your boy to do, and it's coming soon, is television. Tuck TV is coming soon. That's the only thing left to do. Super Bowl, slap it off. Draft, right? Boxing, college football, You know what I'm saying? YouTube, sponsorships, have player contacts in your phone, being connected with some of the best agents in the league, like we smacking all these little ceilings like Wreck-It Ralph. Continue to blow through, y'all. Don't set your ceilings short. Don't set your ceilings short at all. If there's anybody that can be a walking, living, breathing testament, it's me. It's me. Go look at those old videos from 2020. Nothing would have told you guys this guy's going to be interviewing the Super Bowl MVP in back-to-back years. But if I were to set the standard on myself that Law Nation as a feature, that was it, I would have never accomplished 99% of the things I didn't know was possible. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm realizing, and the scariest thing that I've learned in my life is, yo, Tuck, you blew through this stuff as a content creator because you worked hard, sacrificed, and put in work day by day, little by little, and every little brick built a much higher ceiling for yourself, all right? What happens if you do that with fitness now? What happens if you do track your macros properly every single day, right? What happens if you do invest properly and build some multiple businesses every single day? Eventually, those bricks that you stack will break through the roof and raise the ceiling higher, 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 and higher. So I know we were probably talking about Omarion Hampton, we did. No, talked about music, we did. You know, but that's the number one message I want you guys to leave with if you're still watching this video. Stack brick by brick daily, doing things the right way, and raise your ceiling. Raise the ceiling. Raise the ceiling. Angry, don't just think being a YouTuber is all you can do. It's not. It's not. I won't even let you think that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? I won't even let you do it. So it's just out of the question, right? So don't think that's all you can do. Don't think that just going to work every day and living this monotonous cycle is all you can do. So it's my dog, Lou. Lou, don't think just being a YouTuber is all you can do. Push through. Push through. I'm telling you guys, what is the next step for me? And I feel like it's getting close. And I was talking to Boss about this because he's like, your media aspect, like I said, is probably going to be TV, right? TV is probably going to be the next move for me, right? Media-wise. But honestly, guys, I would not be surprised, and you're hearing it first, if eventually all these agents now that I have in my phone, they're going to be like, why are we scouting the nation for talent to be on our agency where we can just bring in Jay Tuck and he can go find these gems for us ahead of time? I think that's going to be a move soon. It's either going to be, I don't think I could do it. I mean, I probably could, but it's a lot of work, right? Salute to Nicole Lynn. I read her book. She's phenomenal. She's Jalen Hurts' agent and so on and so on, right? Read her book. It could be that I could be an agent, but just it's a lot of grinding, man. It's a lot of mileage, right? But I do feel one of these agents that I've been talking to could send me a list of prospective college players for next year, and I could comb that list and be like, this one is where no one's looking. Go get this kid. He has it. Trust me. Sounds crazy, huh? It really sounds crazy, but it doesn't sound too far stretched, right? What if I would have found Ivan Pace and told this agency, listen, go get this kid now. Don't care about what, go get this kid now. He has it. Trust me. Go get him. You know, Kendall Paul, go get this kid. So I really feel like maybe it's going to be TV, right? And that's kind of like the next thing I'm kind of looking at, that maybe, you know, TV, you know, or maybe it'll be internet TV, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, to fill you guys in, he probably won't mind me saying this, like, there's some I won't say the name of it, but there's some big websites that are wanting me and Dez to do a podcast show, not just YouTube. They want me to do like me and like Cam Newton's podcast. I'll be like the random other guy just sitting back in a hat, just saying random shit, and as Dez does his thing, right? So they're trying to maybe talk that through, right? But that could possibly be it. But I feel like that's short-sighted, right? I feel like the next thing will be a part of an agency where I'm going through partnering with so-and-so's agency, and I'm scouting the country from the comfort of my own home and finding out what players they should bring in and go get early, right? So that's where I'm at, man. Like I said, I'm not done. I'm not done. You know, I feel like I'm always trying to find ways to push myself, and I hope you guys do the same. Don't just say, hey, I do film sessions, and film sessions work for my channel. All right, cool. Just try something else and push yourself. Can you produce like almost like a movie? Like, can you tell a story? Can you tell a story analytically? You see what I'm saying? Like, always push yourself to get better, not only as a content creator, but just as a person, y'all. Don't get comfortable in life. Don't settle. Life is short. We all know that. Push yourself to the highest capacity and see if you can reach your sane self. You know, I've gotten in shape before, but I want to see, can you get in godly shape, Tuck? I don't know. That's a different type of commitment. Like losing 20 pounds, that's cool. We can all do that. You can eat 1,700 calories and increase your cardio and lose, you know what I'm saying, 20 pounds. Okay, cool. Cool story, bro. But can you get to where you're shredded to the bone to like 8% body fat, 6% body fat? Ooh, that's a challenge, though. That's a challenge. That's a challenge. Now you have to push yourself. Now you do have to go upstairs here shortly and weigh out your food and make sure you're only having 1 cup of broccoli versus pouring out the bag or some shit. You see what I'm saying? So why not? Let's see it. And let's say I do that, right? I push myself to get to 8% body fat, right? And I fall short at 9. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. Even if I fell at 10 and I stop at 10, I am going to be okay. So push yourself to the limit, y'all. You don't know how hard you can go. Don't know how high you can go. Don't let no one distract you. These people don't matter. And you go out there and make the best for you and your family and the life that you want to live, man. So it's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm doing the Elijah Roberts film session. I'll probably do that after I jump off this call. So expect that notification banger to drop here soon, because he feels Dallas Cowboy-ish, right? He feels Dallas Cowboy-ish. And I think we should definitely talk about Elijah Roberts. We're going to talk about Elijah Roberts here soon. And I appreciate all of you guys for chiming in. Love y'all as usual. Follow me on all social media platforms. But y'all know right now, YouTube, CFO gang, this is home. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. Go Cowboys. Peace.